I'm going to discuss and cover everything you'll need to know for caring about the neon tetra and how to breed them successfully. So let's get started. So to introduce you to the neon tetras, they are known for their bright blue and red stripes, making them a beautiful addition to any aquarium. They are schooling fish, which means they feel happiest and safest in groups of at least 4 to 6 and bigger. So the size, they can get up to 1.5 inches, lifespan 5 to 8 years of proper care, and tank size, you're looking at a minimum of 10 gallons for a small school. If you're looking to do a bigger school, the bigger the better. So to create a comfortable home for your neon tetras, like I said, a 10-gallon tank is minimum. Substrate, usually I use a fine gravel or a sand. You can add plants like Java moss, Anubias, and Amazon swords. The Java moss is a great way in case anyone's getting picked on. They can kind of shimmy into the bush, and that way they're getting out of it. So you can also include driftwood and rocks to create a more natural environment. So the temperature for these guys is 70 to 81 degrees Fahrenheit, 20 to 27 Celsius, and you're looking at a pH of 6 to 7. For the hardness, soft and moderate hard water is what they prefer. And for filtration and lighting, you want to use a gentle filter. You don't want a huge amount of water flow. And also you want to provide some kind of lighting, usually like a yellowish sunlight. That way it kind of stimulates their natural habitat. When it comes to feeding the neon tetras, they are omnivores, so they should have a diet that includes high quality flake food, micro pellets, and live or frozen foods like brine shrimp and bloodworms. And you want to feed them 2 to 3 times a day in small amounts, only what they'll consume in about a minute. So when it comes to breeding, these guys can be really tricky when it comes to breeding the neon tetras. So usually you want a 5 to 10 gallon tank. Usually I use a 10 gallon. You want a bare bottom with a layer of marbles, 1 layer of marbles to help protect the eggs. You want to add some fine leaf plants. Usually Java moss works really well for this, and the lighting should mimic their natural spawning conditions. So for the temperature, when it comes to breeding, you'll want a cooler water, about 75 to 78, and then you're going to lower the pH to about 5.5 to 6.5. So when it comes to sexing these guys, the males are slimmer and they're more intense with the coloration, while the females are more rounder. If you look at them from the front, they're going to kind of balloon out a little bit when they're filled with eggs. If you're feeding heavy on frozen and live food, that'll be a little bit more easier to see when they're fed a really nice food. So usually what you'll do is you'll separate the males and the females, feed them high quality for 1 to 2 weeks, and then they'll get ready for the process. So you're going to introduce the group into the breeding tank in the evening. Spawning usually occurs in the early morning. So usually when the sunrise is coming up, so you want to make sure that your lighting is mimicking that. The female will scatter the eggs, the male will fertilize them. Then you want to remove the adults because they will eat the eggs afterwards. You want to keep the tank dark until the eggs hatch, about 24 to 36 hours later. And once they've hatched, the fry will become free swimming in 3 to 4 days. And at that point, you want to feed them a liquid fry food until they're large enough to eat the microworms or finely crushed food. So pretty much in a nutshell, that's it. So with the right setup and care, your neon tetras can thrive and even breed in your home aquarium. If you found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more aquarium tips and guides. If you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Happy fish keeping.